when you have to face other top talents, whether it's in different indie promotions or, you know, being showcased on in CMLL, how does your training differ from like back then to now, and what kind of process do you go to like get ready for a match?
Um, Before to then is now different, right? But something that definitely helped me is because I'm very hybrid. What I mean by that, I literally do American wrestling and lucha libre.
Mm-hmm.
I I can't remember when exactly, but a little bit after I started taking matches, someone approached me and pretty much said, "Well, you're Latina, you should do lucha libre." And I was like, "What?" And I felt like I didn't understand the worlds that had, like, I feel like some of them are very different. So then I was like, okay. So then, through Martinez Entertainment, which is another amazing lucha libre company here in the DFW area, through Oscar Martinez, the owner of Martinez Entertainment, I was able to train and meet some of these luchadores. And that's why I feel like I was able to hang whenever I go to like Mexico, right? Because I've trained lucha, I've trained with luchadores, I've learned their styles and how they do things and versus how American wrestling is. So how I prepare now for opportunity like that, just to make sure that my in ring cardio always stays at a top level. I always take pride on that. I still train to this day. I am very, driven that way. So that's the training that goes now versus
So,
before.
so would you say most of your training is more so cardio, working out in the gym, and or is it do you kind of like get in a match, get in a ring with somebody, rehearse some moves, pull out the crash pad, take bumps and whatnot?
Yeah, so I still do group training. I love to train. I love group training. I love to train. Luckily now I'm able to go to my training center if I need to by myself, just so sometimes just so I can maintain that cardio, challenge myself a little bit more, just because I'm at a different level sometimes than some other people
Mm-hmm.
and that are still starting out or whatever. So I I open up the training center for myself sometimes, and then I'm able to like just worry about my cardio, my time, my pacing, and make sure that I'm taking care of me instead of sometimes whenever we're in a whole group environment, slightly different to get that individual time.
So okay, so we're talking about I heard you mention the new people that are coming into the program, and that's I mean, wrestling's like a job just like anything else. So when you look at those people that are coming into the program that were you back then, what do you notice that's different between you and them in terms of how hungry you wanted it and how hungry they want it?
Um,
I guess a better way to rephrase it is that do you see that same fire you had in them, or is it a bit more intense because of the way wrestling is nowadays?
I feel like I see a lot more students coming in. I see a lot more people wanting this than when I started. Because I started training in December 2016,
Yeah.
around that time. And I feel like, at least the school, there was not a lot of people coming into training to be pro wrestlers. But now that I feel like wrestling is cool again and it's, you know, amazing and there's so many eyes and views on pro wrestling again, I see a lot more people approach this. I feel like at one point maybe wasn't as cool, it wasn't, I don't know. So I see a lot more. The same fire and passion, I believe that will always live. So I feel like there's not much different on that. I do see more people wanting to be pro wrestlers than I did before.